to this man Arnie, man, see what he got to say.
Self, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant. I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. Yeah. Every single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and this is the land of opportunity. And I think because I'm such a proud American and a proud immigrant that came to America, I was asked to do, on July 4th, a big speech, the keynote speech at Mount Vernon, where George Washington was laid to rest, and where he lived and all that, to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, the existence of America. And I will be doing the speech there. They asked me because I'm an immigrant, and there will be 7,000 some people there, and there will be people that will be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great celebration. And this is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and they're the foreigners, they are not smart.
Did you see that?
Oh, the girls got mad.
No. Look at the lady in the black next to him to the right.
Oh yeah. Hold on, watch.
No, you heard her gasp. She said, and she started touching him because she was trying to interrupt him because she didn't like when he said legal. Now look out, like she's a lawyer, right? Look how conditioned we are as Americans that when you hear legal, it's a bad thing.
Right, watch this.
Legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are to celebrate, be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great celebration. And this is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and they're the foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather than committing a...
We don't have this kind of show over here.
Look at that hand. She trying to interrupt him.
crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better.
You hear that? She's trying her best to interrupt. She's trying her best to interrupt.
Now, this is the crazy thing, right? Is, and I love talking about worldviews. Her worldview is so warped because she's so Americanized. This is what he's talking about, right? Mm-hmm. He was an immigrant. He brought himself up.
before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video.
You know, we all know Arnold Schwarzenegger because of his movies and the iconic right? So we know who he is and how much he did, and he got foundations. He even became a governor. Like, he's an immigrant, and he became a governor. So we understand. He has a full understanding of everything what he's saying because he went through the whole process, even giving back to to the country, but she never lived it, and she's trying to tell him she was about to try to correct him on where he's off at. That's wild.
Yeah. She's trying to say, like, whoa, that's not supposed to be like that. I guarantee, like, her parents may have been immigrants, but like, she definitely had the life. So she may think she knows a little bit about something, but no, she definitely had the typical, for a female, American life, probably pretty padded. Nothing has ever happened to her that was, like that wasn't, she didn't think it was fair. If it wasn't fair, then she's got pretty privilege, so that will get thrown out the way. Like, I mean, I don't understand how some people go through life like that and it works for them. But the thing is, once they get like 45, 50, bro, that's when it turns back and blows them in the face. When people start arguing with them about real shit and they don't know how to handle it.
Right. They so foreign from having a conversation to think objectively. Like, I'm like me, if I'm sitting at the table, I may have my perspective on something, right? But if I never lived it and there's somebody there that lived it, I'm gonna just shut the hell up. And I'm gonna just let them talk. I'm not finna refute what they saying. Maybe I ask some questions to get like more understanding or something, but she was trying to cut him off because we already know how the view is. Now, I commend the rest of the ladies because they was really listening, and that's what they actually did. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. You ain't never heard him being racist. You ain't never heard him being in bad faith and everything. So I think that's the reason why they respected him enough to let him say what he had to say in long length. Mm-hmm. Except the lady that's next, what her name? Not Jordan Behar, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
But every show, she's the main one that's like that. And for her to turn her nose up when he said legal immigration and she's a lawyer, that's telling. That's like, to me, that's telling, because a lot of these industries where you're not supposed to be biased and everything, stuff's supposed to be by the book, by the law and everything, it's getting intertwined with emotions.
Yeah.
And how you feel.
But the law is kind of like lawyers, like they think how they can manipulate something to make it work. And that's probably just how our brain works. It's more like, it's not like
she got a track record of just being emotional. Like, when she's on that show, I wouldn't have known if she was a lawyer or not. The way she communicates, you wouldn't know if she's a lawyer. You would just think she's able to articulate herself well, but it is not in a lawyer way. I don't hear any tactics to try to get you to think, like, put you in like in a corner or in a box so you can't fight your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's straight up emotion. Like, when you hear her, it's like the same thing when you probably talking to a woman and she had a bad day at work, right? She done told you about the same bad day at work with the same person for over a year now, and you've been trying to say, like, what you gonna do? What's the action now? Right? And they get mad at you because you're trying to solve a problem, but she's talking straight up emotion. That's how she talks on that show. It's not that she sound like a lawyer and everything. She just comes from straight emotions and like rage. She gets mad because soon as he said legal, she gasped. She said, and touched them and like, hold up, right?
You know,
Whoa,
she
now.
was one of those ones that I asked, like those one-off situations, like it's like a normal situation. You know, she had one in the arsenal. So, like, you know, like, well, if they can't be legal because of blah blah blah, whatever, you know, she had one of those that she was ready to pop off, like a situation that very rarely happens. So, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, all those women on that they roll emotion, and I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised they're still on the air, because that's how most women do go. But yeah, I mean, but some of the shit they have said, like, god damn, like, remember that time that what's old girl from the Osbournes was trying to take up for like
Ozzy Osbourne?
No, the daughter Kelly. When she's trying to, I think she was trying to take up for Mexicans, and she said, "Well, who's gonna clean your toilet?"
Oh yeah,
like they said some wild shit on that, man.
What,
that is
like,
racist,
bro. It's like it's like they're not listening to what they say, right?
Yeah.
If you was to like hear what they say and align it with what people that own slaves back in the day talk about the economy and how it'll change because the cheap labor will go away, because it's the same situation. It's the same situation. They was like, look, if you take these slaves away and let them free and go and this, that, and third, and we can't get this free labor, how we going to be able to stabilize the economy and everything, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, because they saying, all right, y'all going to let these go. Who's going to be cooking your food? Who's going to be cleaning y'all houses? Who's going to be cleaning y'all toilets? I'm like, damn, that's disrespectful as hell. I know a bunch of immigrants and some illegal immigrants. They got they doing pretty well.
Yeah, they got their own businesses.
They got their own business and all that stuff.
Here go the disrespect. You get black people, right? I'm first gen American. My parents immigrated over here, so I was born here. So I'm first gen American. But on behalf of the FBAs, the foundational Black Americans, y'all be saying all this disrespectful shit that to me is stupid as fuck. Because when you study slavery, there was black madams and stuff in the houses that was breastfeeding them white babies and all that.
Yeah.
When y'all got free, who the fuck picked up them jobs? Like, y'all really gotta chill, because it's just an exchange. Okay, so now you were blessed to where now you third, fourth, fifth, sixth generation American, and now these people are coming over fighting for their lives, and it's almost like you spitting in their face, like almost like you trying to say that they working for free or you better than. Nobody's better than, bro. Like, when you die, if your family ain't got it, you get the same dusty ass fish fry everybody else get with the same dusty ass cardboard box. Y'all gotta chill the fuck out with this shit.
That's a fact.
It's a lot. It's a lot of immigrants that's like making way more money than the people that's sitting there talking about they cleaning toilets. That's wild to me.
Oh, bruh. A lot of these immigrants are making money.
I'm not even trying to be super passionate about this shit. It's just, I just hate that when you speak up on some shit, they try to throw you in the motherfucking box. Like, you speak up against it, like, oh, well, you're a Trumper, you're a Matt. Like, no, bitch, this is fucking reality.
Facts.
Like, let's just make shit make sense down the middle. I don't give a fuck about no red and blue. My red and blue is Bloods and Crips. I barely give a damn about them niggas.
Right. It's just, like I said earlier, it's people.
Ain't lied to your blood.
Yep.
So why you with the Democrats, bro?
Facts.
So you Crip for politics?
Right.
Yep.
I just fuck Donald Trump, whoopty whoopty whoop. When I was growing up in the 90s, Trump was like the epitome of being a hustler. All y'all had damn Trump posters and shit.
The book?
He was on Oprah talking about motherfucking tariffs since the 80s. There's a whole book co-signed by Trump.
Nah, he got his own book, The Art of the Deal.
Right now is literally in print. And it's been in print since the damn near 90s. Y'all gotta chill out with this shit, man.
He got The Art of the Deal where people, like, you're back in the day when they used to withhold information. This was a situation where you went and got a mentor. The mentor would give you the art of the deal in order if you want to have your own business and everything, so you can learn how to negotiate.
But check this out. When slavery, quote unquote, ended, because it just switched faces, but when it quote unquote ended, all these reparations people are crying for, if you go read your fucking history, you already got the reparations. There was 400,000 acres put to the side or whatever that I don't want to get into names because I don't remember right now. But
I'm about to buy that bit right now.
it was like 400,000 acres put to the side. People did get divvied up they 40 acres. And because they knew that, oh, you know, y'all ain't got a bunch of them. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Because they knew that, you know, 2-3 people can't work the land, then the land actually did come with a mule. That's where the 40 acres and the mule came from. Then somebody else got into power and they reneged the whole thing.
Hold up, say that again. Say that again. That was hold on. Let for the people in the back. Say that again.
After slavery, there was like 400-something thousand acres that got divvied up between people, and that's kind of where your 40 acres and the mule came. Because if you got your 40 acres, we already know 2-3 people can't work a whole fucking 40 acres. After about 3 acres, you tired. You burnt the fuck out. So it was like, okay, here go your little jackass, your donkey or whatever. Y'all can use this to help plow the rest of the way. Then somebody else got in power and reneged what the last white person did to help the black folk and stole all that stuff back. And that's where they're daydreaming about 40 acres and a month mule. But at the same time, y'all were free enough to go out there and hustle. They never took the hustle ability away. Everybody preach about Black Wall Street. They burnt the shit down. When did y'all try to build another one back? Y'all just buy Jordans and Hellcats and try to stun on each other. These motherfuckers come over here and sell perk 10s and fentanyl and fucking come over here and get Hellcats and helicopters, and now y'all mad. But now that shit hit the fan, you fighting for them, and they not even fighting for you when the sun go down. They still gonna shit on you in the morning. So you letting them burn the flag of where this is your residence. That all that come down, and they bomb this entire fucking country. Your house in the ground. They still got a compound back in Yucatan and Sinaloa and shit they can go back to, whether or not they like the area or not. So it's fine to fight for them, but fight for you while you fight for them.
That's fair.
Because right now, you're respecting yourself fighting for them.
The 40 acres and the mule, it didn't go exactly like that. It went like
wrong, but
it's in the right direction. But what happened was when they did get the land, all of them didn't get it, but there was a good amount of previous slaves that did get it. And what happened was, because just like you said, it was like only 3 people. They couldn't do it with 3 people. What they did was they had to rent out the equipment and the horses and the feed and all that stuff and get that from the white people. So the money that you would think that they could have made from doing like the same thing, they was actually getting charged to rent out those things and all that stuff. That's the reason why it was unfair, because then they was hiking up and driving up the prices because you were a slave. So the white people could make the money.
I mean, you probably closer to FBA than I am. So, hey, I'm not going to drive too far on the topic, but I just do know a part of my education. I did glaze over that, and I was like,
okay. Some people, like some slaves did get it. Not everybody, but some.
No, not everybody, because there was even a family that I believe out in California that had beachfront property that got stolen for XYZ amount of years, and I think a couple years back, they finally granted.
They got it back.
Some of the property back. Yeah, but it was stolen from them because it was prime real estate, because it's beachfront, and we all know who like to go to the beaches the most.
But your overall argument about, just the overall aspect, now instead of just going to nuance, I do agree with that.
Yep.
But I'm like, shit, when they burn this motherfucker down, we got nowhere to go. Because if my fucking family back from wherever my heritage is from, back in Namibia and Jamaica, disown me, at the end of the day, I'm first gen American.
Yeah.
When y'all burn this bitch down, I have nowhere to go. Them people got somewhere to go.
Yeah, they do got somewhere to go.
And right now, the only thing that happens, and it happens every fucking presidency, and I don't know why some presidencies they choose to, put it to the forefront, and some they shadow it, is all dude is saying is, hey, we're overwhelmed right now. We can barely take care of our people. We just trying to figure out the chess pieces on the board. Just go back and kick it for a little bit. I know it's not the most pristine of conditions, but go back and kick it. Oh, yeah, see? That's one of them ones.
This the reason. If you read this, I'm not done reading it, but it'll open your eyes to a lot of like, pretty much just make it plain and simple. if you learn how to play chess and you see other people play chess, you can start predicting their moves and all that type of stuff. You be like, all right, I know what kind of strategy they got going on. With politics, if you read this, I'm not saying this is the full guide of politics and everything, but just use this as a euphemism. It's like chess. And then when you start looking at everything that's going on in the world and how things are moving and all that stuff, it'll start making more sense because
hey, but hold it up sideways. Nah, hold it up sideways. Let me see how many pages in there.
Oh yeah, that bitch did.
Yeah.
But it don't say Harry Potter on it, so they ain't gonna look at it.
Exactly. What they said, if you put it in the book, we ain't gonna read it.
That's what they said.
I'm gonna read that bit.
Check it out. So check it out. So check it out. King's Day, the name of King's Day, it got hijacked for political reasons, right? Mm-hmm. Because of Trump. Actually, it's called 50-51. That's the original name of it, because they wanted 50 protesters. They wanted protests in all 50 states at the same time on the same day. So that's why they call it 50-51. Because that's what it is. That's why they call it that. Because when it's like something in a political way, if all 50 states did it at one time, the whole world would be like, United States is going crazy because of Trump. He must be bad if all 50 states had a protest. But
how is he bad? That's what we need to dive into. Nobody will answer that.
It doesn't matter because people don't read. And that's the whole logic of the situation. They know people not going to go do the research. So what's going to happen is, and this is not ChatGPT, I went and researched it, but that's the reason why they are able to do that. You have the Jasmine Crockett's and all that stuff and just say surface level stuff. Trump bad, Republican bad, and this, that, and the third. Nobody go actually do even on the right side, Republicans, they, the left, not the left, but
the right.
No, Democrats sometimes, I mean, they do be having good stuff in bills and everything, but you're not finna get that information because everybody wants to go on an emotional thing. And if you understand humans, just like if you a salesperson, if you sell to their emotions, that's all you need.
You sell to the pain points.
It's been, I guarantee most of y'all done had a good salesman that then sold something to you, and that shit's some bullshit once you get it.
Yeah, they said because they sold to your pain points. They don't sell. Exactly. They sell to your pain points.
You be like, dog, I got. Yeah. And that's what's going on right now. Because you was just talking, it was just all your feelings, and you were looking at things on a surface level, and you heard all the benefits and everything, and you said all these other people bad. This is the right way. Yep. That's actually what's going on, and that's the reason why a lot of people not looking at things from an objective standpoint and actually doing their own research because it takes too long. Most people, all you got to do is put an article out and they read the first 3 sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they got a got you moment on you. Just like if you read the data statistics, they'll say women are the most educated in the United States, but they're the most enrolled.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you actually do some more research, if you was to say what's the percentage of people that start in college and get all the way to the four years, I think only it's not a high percentage of people that actually graduate from when the first group that started.
Yep.
Right. Me myself, I used to play in the band. I had like 90 crab brothers that started with me. By the time that I graduated, and by the time in 4 years, it was only like 30 something of us. So you got the most enrolled. See, graduated and enrolled is two totally different things. But the thing about it is women always dominated education in the first place.
Yep. Oh yeah, 100%.
So
that's why they always go into the education program. That's why they were always the teachers back in the day, because that's what they dominated in.
Right. I mean, they're just really good at remembering stuff, and just whatever school, what school is based on. But if you're talking about just logic and anything you have to do in like the workforce, a lot of times they're just not good at it. Like, you know, especially if they're in managerial roles. Those are just the worst. We were talking about like last week. It's just that they feel that you have to apply so much pressure to get something done. That's not really what you have to do. You know, especially get something out of someone. So, yeah, you know, when you get that argument, you know, if a girl comes to you and said they're educated, to me it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. You can definitely beat me in an argument, like over some dumb shit. But
no, what are you educated in, yo? Like a lot of these chicks, they go out here getting psychology degrees, and you still go to Bobo from the trap, and that nigga run 3,000 circles around your ass.
No, I had
to learn how to read people and still can't read.
I had got in a conversation with somebody before, a woman before, and I got a marketing degree with a concentration in sales. I had my own business. I had 3 car dealerships that I was doing service for. I was doing marketing campaigns, advertising, and everything. So I know how to do.
Fuck your shit.
I know how to do.
He slid it in there. He said, "Look, he just went on me."
Hey, I know sales processes. I know branding. I know all that stuff, right?
Somebody marketing department needs some help.
So check it. So